Welcome to the Parsha Perspective. Each week, we will delve deep in a weekly Torah portion to find a practical and insightful way to enhance your daily life. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Rabbi Shalom Yamini, and each week we will look into the weekly Torah portion to find practical and insightful ways to enhance your daily life. This week's Parsha Perspective is in honor of our homeland, the Eretz Yisrael. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu protect our brave soldiers and grant them victory and strength. This week's Parsha Perspective is in loving memory of Baruch Chaim ben Mordechai, Edward ben Ephraim, Shlomo ben Edward, and Yerachmeh Daniel ben Gedalia. May their souls be uplifted and may their memories be a blessing. This week's Parsha Perspective is in honor of the Refuah Shalema of Shaul ben Edward, of Reuven ben Recholeah, and may they have a complete and speedy recovery. This week's Torah portion is Parshas Korach, called to serve. The release date of this episode is the 3rd of Tammuz, Gimmel Tammuz, marking 32 years since the histalkus of the Lubavitcher Rebbe, Rabbi Menachem and Lishon Erson. Traditionally, this is a day of reflection, of renewed commitment to positive action. It is a time to reflect upon the Rebbe's teachings, to strengthen our dedication to his mission, and increase our acts of learning Torah, of doing mitzvahs, and doing kindness. Though 32 years have passed, the Rebbe's influence continues to inspire, to guide, and uplift countless individuals throughout the world. Our Parsha introduces us to Korach, a wealthy and influential member of Shevet Levi, the tribe of Levi, and as he launches a rebellion against Moshe Rabbeinu and his brother Aaron HaKohen. Along with several ringleaders, he gathered 250 men and accused Moshe Rabbeinu of nepotism and power hoarding. They specifically objected to Moshe Rabbeinu's appointment of his brother Aaron HaKohen as the Kohen Gadol, the high priest. Korach argued that the entire Jewish nation was holy and that no individual should be elevated above another. According to him, Moshe had no right to lead the Jewish nation at all. And in response, Moshe Rabbeinu proposed a test. The following day, each person would bring an incense offering, a keteris offering in the Mishkan, and God would reveal whom he had truly chosen. But God was angered by the nation's support of Korach and threatened to destroy them. However, Moshe and Aaron prayed on their behalf, and the decree was averted, and instead the earth opened up and swallowed Korach and his followers, bringing a dramatic end to this rebellion. However, a question comes to mind. Korach challenged the very foundation of Moshe and Aaron's leadership. He argued that the entire nation was holy, that no individual should be elevated above another. And on the surface, his claim seems to be both noble and inspiring. After all, each Jew possesses a holy soul and neshama. Every Jew shares a unique connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and if Korach's argument contained elements of truth, where did he go wrong? Why did a message of equality lead to one of the greatest rebellions in our history? In honor of Gimmel Tammuz, we will go directly to the explanation of the Rebbe, whose answer completely reframes the narrative. The Rebbe answers that Korach's mistake was not that he failed to recognize the holiness of the Jewish people. On the contrary, writes the Rebbe, he understood that every Jew possesses a neshama, a holy soul, an inherent connection to their Creator, to their Father in heaven. His mistake was assuming that holiness eliminates distinction. Korach believed that if every Jew is holy, then every Jew should occupy the same role. And he saw differences in leadership and concluded that they created inequality. And in his mind, elevating Moshe, elevating Aaron meant diminishing everyone else. What Korach failed to understand is that holiness and uniqueness are not opposites, they are meant to exist together. The Rebbe explains that every Jew is equal in essence, yet every person is given a unique mission. One person is called to lead, another is called to teach, another is called to inspire, to build, to support, or to serve. Equality does not mean that everyone is the same. It means that every role is equally important in fulfilling God's purpose for our world. When Korach looked at the Jewish nation, he only saw what they shared in common. When Moshe Rabbeinu looked at the Jewish people, he saw the unique contributions of every single individual. The Rebbe teaches that true unity is not achieved when everyone becomes identical. True unity is achieved when different people embrace different missions and work together towards a common purpose. And this is where Korach made his greatest mistake. He viewed leadership as a position of honor, of status and fame and glory. Moshe Rabbeinu viewed leadership very differently. The Torah describes Moshe Rabbeinu being the most humble of all people. True leadership is not about receiving honor, glory, or fame. True leadership is about service. Leadership means accepting responsibility for something greater than yourself. It means serving the Jewish people. It means serving Hashem. It means serving the greater purpose that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that God placed us in this world. The greater the position, the greater the responsibility. And while Korach sought out fame, honor, and glory, Moshe Rabbeinu, Hashem's chosen leader, Hashem's Eved, Hashem's servant, only sought out to fulfill the mission that has been entrusted to him, which was to lead this nation into the Promised Land. This lesson of the Rebbe carries special meaning for me and for us on Gimmel Tammuz, a day that calls upon us to reflect on the Rebbe's life, on the Rebbe's mission. The Rebbe never sought out honor or recognition. Like Moshe Rabbeinu, he viewed leadership as responsibility and devoted every moment of his life to serving the Jewish nation, to serving Hashem, and to advancing God's purpose of our world. This is the deepest lesson of Korach. The question is not whether we are important. The question is, are we fulfilling the mission that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us? Every Jew possesses a neshama. Every Jew possesses unique talents, unique opportunities, and responsibilities. The challenge is not to become someone else. The challenge is to become the person that God created us to be. The Rebbe taught that every act of Torah learning, every mitzvah, every act of chesed, an act of kindness that we do, we add light to this dark world. And he challenged us to recognize our unique role in preparing this world for the Geula, for the redemption. And 32 years later, that mission remains unchanged. The question is whether we are preparing to answer that call. What we are doing to bring Mashiach. What we are doing to reveal the Geula. What we are doing to fulfill our unique purpose in this world. There's a profound quote from Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs about the Rebbe. The test of leadership is not whether people serve you. The test is whether you serve them. Have a great weekend and an inspirational Shabbos. Thank you for tuning in to the Parsha Perspective. Check out our website, theparshaperspective.com. Send thoughts and comments to theparshaperspective@gmail.com. Till next time, thanks for listening.